Hello everyone, how are we all doing? Welcome to today's episode where we are going to be learning, we are going to be unlearning, and where we are going to be relearning. So this is Unfollowing You. If you are just joining us, welcome everybody. Alright, so today, okay, I remember that there was a video I posted on TikTok where I was saying that I have a question to ask people, and like how and why do females attract to themselves men that are toxic? Like, how did you stay in a relationship that you know that this relationship is toxic, yet you still decide to stay, and not just stay, you decide to even get married to the person? Like, I was asking question like how, because I actually saw a movie that led me to asking that question. So today I'm going to be talking about toxic relationship, and yeah, the impact of toxic relationship, and the reason why I think that females decide to stay in a toxic relationship even though they know that it's a toxic relationship. All right, so stay with me everyone, do not go anywhere. So I decided to do a little bit of in a background research about this particular topic um before I started this video, and I actually jotted something down for you guys. So before then, I want us to talk about what does it mean to be in a toxic relationship. What does toxic relationship really mean? A toxic relationship is an unhealthy connection between two people that is characterized by harmful behavior and dynamics. So toxic relationship can be something that damages you mentally, that damages your overall well-being emotionally, and sometimes your physical well-being. So when we talked about a toxic relationship is something that constantly undermines your sense of well-being. Anything that constantly makes you to feel that you are not whole or that you are not good enough, it's toxic. And it's not wholly relationship. Anything that is around you that makes you feel like you are not whole, that makes you feel like you are not enough, that makes you feel, that thing is toxic and it needs to be checked. Whatever it is, it might be people, it might not even be a relationship, it might be people that it might be just you are just with some set of individuals, and what they constantly dish out to you is toxic. What they constantly, they constantly talks down on you, they constantly reduces you, they constantly makes you to see less of yourself, they constantly make you to say that you don't have value. Those set of individuals are toxic, and they are toxic, yes. So it says that a toxic relationship is one that constantly undermines your sense of well-being, your happiness, your peace, and your safety. So normally in a relationship, we normally have disagreements, we normally have conflicts, and all of these things are inevitable in any relationship. But anything that serves as a continual pattern of emotional harm, something that makes you feel like you are being harmed emotionally, something that makes you feel disrespected, something that sort of like manipulates you, is called a toxic relationship. And this thing can happen to anyone, not just male, not just female. Do you understand? It is a two-way round. A man can be in a relationship whereby he is constantly being talked down by the woman that he is in a relationship with. And the same thing also goes for a woman. A woman can be in a relationship whereby the man that she is in a relationship with constantly talks down on her, constantly undermines her, constantly make her to see herself as if she's a trash. And not just that, there are different kind of toxic relationship. Now, number one, there is one that there is beating. Beating is involved. There's one that it is verbal abuse, where you are, what you hear is that you are not good enough, but what you constantly hear is that you don't have any worth. It means that you are in a toxic relationship. So if you see all of these traits, if you are experiencing all of these things, it means that you are actually in a toxic relationship. So I'm going to be mentioning the major 5 reasons why I think that females choose to stay in a toxic relationship. Number one thing is that I want us to understand that for anyone that is in a relationship, we constantly draw out our essence in a relationship. Most of us, virtually, we draw out our essence from the relationship that we are in. Now, What do I mean by hexens? You begin to find your identity from the kind of people that you interact with. And there's something that it does to your mind. It shapes your perception about yourself. So a woman will be in a toxic relationship because she has not seen herself. She does not know who she is. She doesn't have self-worth. Yeah. So when you are in a relationship and you don't have an identity of self, you don't know who you are, this can make you to be in a toxic relationship, because what having your own, when having a sense of identity of your being, what it does to your mind is it shapes your perspective about yourself. And not just about yourself, it shapes your perspective about the person that you are going to attract. So when you carry having a sense of identity have a way of making you to carry yourself with dignity, carry yourself with a sense of what, carry yourself with a sense of, okay, this is who I am, and this is the things that I'm going to accept in my space. But when you do not have a sense of identity as a person, you begin to draw essence and essence from the person that you are in relationship with. So one of the things that I advise people, especially females, before you enter a relationship, get to know who you are first. Know who you are. Like, who are you? What kind of person are you? Like, what's your essence? What's your purpose? Can you identify yourself? And and also another thing that I know is that so many females have a lot of emotional baggages. I mean that from family. The place where a woman gets to know how she is meant to be treated by a man is from the home. So if she does not have a father, if a girl child does not have a father that loves her, that pours that love into her, definitely it is going to be very difficult. Now I'm being very careful because I'm trying to select my word. It's going to be very difficult for that girl child to know how she is meant to be treated. And that is why some of us, we put ourselves in the hand of the Father, which is the Father God. Because it is the Father God that teaches us, makes us to know our identity. So when you do not have a sense of identity, when you do not have, when you don't know that someone loves you, you begin to take love from the place you are not meant to take love from. And from the place that looks like, from things that look as if it is love, but it's actually not love. Yeah, that is number one. Number two, identity also births self-worth. When you have a glimpse of who you are and the kind of person you are, that you are loved, that you are accepted, that this is who you are, it sort of increases the way you see yourself. There's a way you carry yourself. It's going to be different from the way other people carries themselves. And it is super important that we understand that when you understand that you have a purpose, you have a self-worth, like you have dignity, you're a dignified person. When I mean that somebody is dignified, what does it mean to be dignified? Like, you are a noble person. A noble person, someone that is noble, they are not being treated in a very unnoble way. They are not being treated like that. Picture one of the things that I do to myself, I picture myself as the princess of the Most High God. So a princess of the Most High, there's a consciousness that it does to my mind. It makes me see myself as, okay, I cannot be treated in a rash way. One of the things that the Holy Spirit teaches me is, says that you're a princess, and a princess does not go to the river bank to fetch water. It is a slave that goes to the river bank to fetch water. And that sort of make me to position myself as the princess of the Most High God that I am. And so if a guy is coming my way that is not treating me from the standpoint of a princess of the Most High, and this is not pride. If a man is not treating me like that, I cannot attract you. You cannot be attracted to me, or we will be friends, but it will not be in a love relationship. We might not even be friends. We might just be someone that I just know. So we understand what I'm saying. Number three things that I think makes women to stay in a toxic relationship is because They are being constant is emotional manipulation. And this is what I mean. If you're in a toxic relationship, hmm, as a female, and let's say that you do not know, let's say you don't know, it is because you're being emotionally manipulated. And this is what I mean by that. Someone that is manipulating you emotionally will not tell you that he's actually manipulating you emotionally, because he's constantly going to do something for you that that will makes you to feel that, okay, actually, if he's a bad person, but why is he doing this thing to me? Not knowing that they are using that to actually buy time. They're using that to actually buy your love, to buy, excuse me, buy your attention, buy everything that they need to buy. They're using it to make you to not be able to think straight. So in a toxic relationship, you are going to get manipulated emotionally. Like, the guy is going to blackmail you. That is just necessary, because it's going to constantly make you to seem as if you are the one, like you are the one that has issues. So the guy is going to manipulate you emotionally, and is going to constantly make you to seem as if you are the, you are the troublesome person. You are the one that does not listen to him. You are the one that causes trouble. And not just that, is when he sees that you are trying to, like, okay, find out that, okay, you are actually being manipulated, he's going to bring something for you. For example, what are we going to talk about? A man that constantly beats someone, and when he is done beating the person, he will come and bring a big gift for that person, and then your hand will drop. Now there's nothing you are going to do about it, because he after he's done beating you, he still brings a big gift for you. So number next is, and this one is very important to me, like, it is what we think that what we see in the society is sort of like register in our subconscious mind, and it is very, very painful. It's a painful thing that we say that we accept the status quo, that this is actually the way a man treats a woman, so it is something that we're supposed to accept. It's something that yeah, that's the way man is. So if a man, they all of them are like that, and then you will talk to people about it, and they'll be like, like, that's the way man is, you have to accept him, and then don't worry, we will change, and all of those things. And then, yes, that leads me to the last point I wanted to say, is the hope that a man is going to change. My dear, someone that is 30 years old, that is beating you, and you are still saying that the person will change, run for your life. Run for your life. Oh, it's very important. Run for your life. Run for your dear life. You are important to God. You are important to me. You are important to your society. You are important to your community. You are important to all of us. Like, there's something inside of you that God has put inside of you, that it is only you that can actually do that thing exactly the way it is meant to be. So if you die now, nobody will be able to fulfill that thing that God has put inside of you. So we need to understand that, like, okay, joke apart now, a man cannot change. You cannot change a man if he does not know that the thing that he is doing is wrong. If he is not convinced of the fact that he is wrong, trust me, there's no way he's going to change. There's no way such person is going to change. He's not going to change. So don't allow a man to beat you, and then with the hope of that, okay, I'm going to talk to him, people are going to talk to him, and then so he's going to change. My dear, you are in for the long haul. You are in for the long haul. It is. And then another reason why I think females decide to stay in a toxic relationship, because some of them don't know how to, some females don't know how to be alone. Like, they don't know how to enjoy their own presence. Like, the way I'm doing this video, I'm enjoying myself. Like, I'm stylishly looking at myself and telling myself that, oh my, you are so fine. Some women don't know how to be alone by themselves. I mean that they cannot live life without having a man. Like, you cannot die if you don't have a man in your life. Trust me, Ajay, you cannot die. I'm serious. You cannot die. You will know that you are in a toxic relationship when your color is fading, your beauty is not coming out, your body is shrinking. That is how you will know that you are in a toxic relationship. I mean that a relationship should be your alcove of solace, your alcove of peace, your alcove of solace, of peace, of love. A relationship should make you to glow more. If you are not glowing in your relationship, just trust me, you are in a toxic relationship. You are mentally oppressed in that relationship. I'm serious. Your relationship should make you look much more beautiful and make you look much more at peace. That is the kind of relationship that God wants us to have. A peaceful one, enjoyable one. So if you're in a relationship that is toxic, it is time for you to go and check all these things that I mentioned. How is your self-esteem? Like, do you have low self-esteem? Do you even know your worth? Like, do you know your worth? Do you know your worth? Do you know your value? If a woman does not know her value, the truth is that it is the way we carry ourselves that other people will carry us. If you carry yourself as someone that has dignity, if you see yourself, and it is not just about just confessing it, it has to become a reality, a truth that you know that you are valuable and that you are useful. If you understand that you are useful, then you begin to think, and then you begin to attract the people that sees you that way too. But when you don't see yourself as someone that has value, that you have substance, that you have something to offer your world, the people that you are going to attract are going to treat you as trash. We need to understand that it's very critical. It is very, very, very critical. We need to understand that. And I'm going to talk about how to live a toxic relationship in my next video. But if you have any question that you think that I should address, or things that you think that sort of like skip my mind, because I was trying to, I was trying to like make sure that I have enough space to record this video. So I'm not sure I actually capture the whole thing that I wanted to say, but I'm going to be releasing subsequent videos about how to live a toxic relationship, how to find your self-worth again as a woman. It's very important. I hope you enjoyed this video, everyone. Please don't forget to like, to subscribe, and to comment. Please, let's grow together. Please, let's grow together. Help me to grow my channel. Bye bye.